Hey, so today I want to talk to you about my master plan to become rich. So, jokes aside, I want to tell you exactly my plan that I will follow in the next few months to make my first money. So, basically, in the like 1 month ago, exactly 1 month ago, yeah, right now we're the 6th of November 2022, well, the 9th of October 2022, I wrote on a paper that my goal was to create a social media marketing agency and to become millionaire before I'm 20. So right now I turned 16 years old 10 days ago. Before that I was 15 because 16 minus 1 equals 15. Quick math. So yeah, so I just turned 16. I now have legally the necessary age to start a business. Now, unfortunately, in France, I cannot do that because you need to have your parents' authorization, which I don't have. Obviously, because my parents want me to focus on my school, and I don't want that. I want to focus on business. So, yeah. So, I need to how do we say that? I need to let me check. Yeah, so I need to get around this problem. I need to dodge it. That's what Google Translate says. So, so yeah, um, so in the past month, I started reading books, and especially on business. I was already reading books before that, but right now I'm focusing on business books, marketing books, sales books. So yeah, so I'm trying to learn everything that concerns the SMA space. So the first book that I read was .com Secrets, and it's basically a really great book that teaches you funnels, value ladders, attractive characters, soap opera email sequence, Seinfeld sequence, many things. And I realized that after the first time I read it, I remember nothing. I just read it and forgot everything. So I read it again and again and again, and now I know it nearly by heart. So yeah, so I haven't read any other book. I started Gap Selling, which I think is really interesting for now. I haven't continued it because I was so focused on the business I didn't have time. Well, you know what? I'm making up excuses, just that I didn't read it and it's my fault. I should have read it. But yeah, I'm gonna try to read it today. Yeah. So what I realized a few days ago is that even if I do a value ladder and I conceptualize the whole business model, I realized that I don't have any skills. Like, I will go to customers, tell them, yeah, we will run Facebook ads, do whatever. And I never did that in my life. I don't know what I'm talking about. They ask me a question, I have no idea what to answer. And that is a big problem. And I think that if I don't have any service that I can sell, then, yeah, I don't feel comfortable selling things when I don't know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, I don't think it's fair for the person that I promised them something that I'm not very sure I can bring to them. So, yeah. So, the goal now, I change, and it's to focus only on learning this skill, which is Facebook ads. I want to be a master at Facebook ads. So I created a master plan, and let me show it to you. Oh, before I do that, I want to show you my value ladder so that you can understand clearly what I'm talking about. Let me put that a bit smaller. Yeah. So this is my value ladder. Basically, on each step of the value ladder, the value of your offer increases, and because of that, the price increases. So you usually start with a bait. All that I'm saying right now is what Russell Brunson teaches in .com Secrets. So you start with a bait, then you have your front-end offers, which are cheap offers that provide a lot of value to the customer. Then the customer sees that you provide a lot of value, and if he's interested, then he goes and goes on the next step of your value ladder, which is the middle offer. So the middle offer is essentially where everyone well, not everyone, but it's like your main offer. Most of the people will be here and will use this offer, okay? So my middle offer is all of this plus Facebook ads. So we will manage Facebook ads for them. And after that, you have your backend offers. So here you, as you can see, we do Facebook ads, funnel building, website reoptimization, CRM, and all of that, consultancy, and I have an offer where I can manage their social media marketing strategy from A to Z. So I will do everything: content creation, funnels, website, social media marketing, Facebook ads, Google ads, whatever. I will do everything. Okay, and all of this starts with a bait, which is my free audit. So yeah, so that's my value ladder, and those are my backend offers, middle offer, and front end offers, and bait. So yeah, so now that you know what my value ladder is, I can proceed and explain to you what my master plan is. Because I realized that I cannot go to someone and ask them $3,000 if I don't have any case studies, no knowledge, no expertise, nothing. So yeah, so I will simply read that. I know you can read by yourself, but I will just read it. So this is the step-by-step guide on how I will scale my agency to 8 figures, $1 million. So unfortunately, I cannot start the whole business model right now. There are 2 reasons for this. I've got no skills in Facebook ads, and I got no skills in sales. If I go to a client, I cannot pitch my thing correctly because I don't have the confidence, the expertise, and the knowledge on how to sell things to people. So yeah. So how do you expect me to sell Facebook ads for $3,000 if I don't know what I'm talking about? So that's why for now I won't. First, I need to get knowledge with Facebook ads. Now you might ask yourself, why aren't you hiring someone? That's a good question. Well, all those gurus online, James Higuera, Iman Gadzhi, whatever, they all tell you just hire a media buyer. It's not that important. Okay, no shit. If it was that simple, everyone will hire a media buyer. But not everyone is rich. Okay, that's for reasons because it's hard. So, how am I supposed to check if the media buyer does a great job? How am I even supposed to interview him if I don't know what questions should I ask? If I don't know what answer should I expect? If I don't have any experience, I just can't. Okay, so here's how I'm going to proceed. According to my own calculations, I think I need 5 clients to reach a certain level with Facebook ads and sales. So the goal, oh wait, I wrote 5, but I think it's 6 here. So the goal is to find those 6 clients in 3 months, okay? I will get 2 clients per month. After this, I will hire a media buyer, this time knowing exactly what I'm looking for. So once the client accepts to work with me, the first client accepts to work with me, I will immediately buy a Facebook course. I think Pondir is a great course. I've watched his 6-hour course, and I think it provided a lot of value. So I think his paid course will provide me all the necessary knowledge that I need for Facebook ads. Now, the only thing that I'm not sure about with Pondir is that I see no one using it. So I go on YouTube and type Pondir review or something like that, and I see nothing except this dude that's selling his own stuff. And I want to see reviews and testimonials from other people. So yeah, and then once I have $1,000, I will buy a Go High Level agency program, which costs nearly $200, $300. Yeah, I think that's it, $300, and this will allow me to do this. So I will launch a second offer of my value ladder. So I will start working for $200 per month. I think any business, literally the smallest business, near you can afford your services if it's only for $200. And then I will increase by $500 for every next client. So the first client will be $200, second one $700, third client $1,200, $1,700, $2,200, and $1,300. So that's in 3 months, and I get 2 clients per month. So after that, I will have a monthly revenue of $9,000 and a total revenue since I started here of $13,700. Now, I think managing 6 clients for 3 months is manageable with school, because I have a lot of work with school, with my high school, so I'll try to manage this. I figured this out. It's not a problem. I always figure things out, especially with the gym and kickboxing and all of this. If I want to find a way to put this in my timetable, I need to think about it, but for now we don't have the answer. But yeah, so once I have those 6 clients, I will continue to work them for 1 month. Okay, so this makes a total of 4 months. So at the end of those 4 months, I will have earned $22,700, and at this point I will hire a media buyer. So I will teach him everything that I learned in those 4 months, every strategy, everything that I learned, and the goal will now be to scale the agency for as much as possible. But before that, I will see if the media buyer, if he's doing a great job. Because if he's not doing a great job, obviously I'm not gonna be able to scale the agency. So yeah, so I will try to find a great media buyer for 3 weeks, and after 3 weeks, I want him to come and work full time for me. So as I said, at this point, after that, the goal will be to scale the agency as much as possible. This is where the value ladder and every funnel model and offer comes into play. So everything that you see here will appear as an offer on my website or whatever. And I'll create Facebook ads quotes. I will create Facebook ads templates. I will create this will already be in place. This will already be in place. I will add all of these. Now, I don't think I will add this at the beginning, because I don't think I will find someone who wants me to run all their social media marketing. But yeah, I will definitely put those 2 in place. I think this one is easy because it's just my knowledge. I will share my knowledge and coach team. And this one requires a bit more work, maybe an expert in website building and funnels, because that's all. So I will also create a newsletter and a blog for marketing advice. So the blog is essentially a pre-frame bridge, because I think when cold traffic comes on my website, they don't necessarily know what they need. Otherwise, they will be warm traffic. So the cold traffic doesn't know their problem. They're just concerned with the general problem. So I will write a blog article on how to solve a specific problem, and at the end I will tell you I will sell my product and try to make that client buy my services. So as I said, my goal is to automate everything. So I will automate cold outreach. So I will either hire someone, either use LinkedIn or whatever to have a list of leads that I can contact by mail, and I will send 500 cold emails per day. And cold emails, essentially it's a numbers game. The more emails you send, the more you're likely to get answers. And so that's why I think that's the best strategy. If I send 500 cold emails per day, that makes around 150,000. No, what the fuck am I telling? 5,000. So that makes 15,000 cold emails per month. And think about it: if 15,000 people are interested, and let's say there's a 2% interest, there's a 2% booking rate, so 15,000 multiplied by 2%, that's that makes 300 meetings per month, 300 meetings per month, which is equal to 10 meetings per day. So that's quite a lot. So as you see, it's a numbers game. Now, obviously, I don't think it will be 2%. I think it will be something around, let's see if it's 0.2. Oh. Oh no, that I don't think will be this low, but maybe like, let's say 0.7. Oh no, that is low. Oh wait, this is per day. Okay, so this is one meeting per day. Okay, one prospect per day. Okay, no, I think this is reasonable. I mean 0.2% is something reasonable. I don't think it will be less. And one meeting per day is pretty good. Let's say I can close like 50% of them. That would make one every 2 days. So let's say it's one every 2 days. That makes 15 new clients per month, which is pretty good. 15 clients per month. Okay, multiply that by 50%. Yeah, as I said, it's too okay, and let's stop dividing that. Yeah, 15 clients per month. That makes after 6 months. After 6 months, this make it's pretty good. And let's say they on average pay $2,000 per month. Per month. Yeah, that's $30,000 per month. Now let's say wait, what the fuck am I doing? Okay, so that's 30, wait. I'm lost. So wait, that's per month. That's emails per month. So here you get response by, okay, that's how much become prospects. Okay, yeah, so that's per month. Okay, so bro, what was I doing? Oh, okay, I got it. So this is $30,000 per month added to what is already existing. So let's say after 2 months it will be this plus, yeah, so it will be $60,000 per month. Okay, I understand everything. Okay, so you've seen it. It's pretty good if we send 500 cold emails per day, and that's only the beginning, because I plan to send 1,000 emails per day, even 3,000. Why not? You know, it's just a numbers game. So the more you send, the more you'll get results. It's that simple. So yeah, so I'm just gonna do that. Now the budget that I need, basically, I started making a Google Sheet explaining everything. So right now I'm already paying for those things. I'm still not paying for this. I have no idea what will I use, but I just know if I were to use every fucking service on the planet, it would cost me $6,000 per month. Oh, per year, and $500 per month. So yeah, so I will automate everything with that. And basically here you can see, no, not here, yeah, I tried to make a process where I automate everything. So as you can see, someone is looking for an agency, they end up on the website blog, on the landing page. Here's for cold traffic, warm traffic. Okay, so here is cold traffic. So as you see, I put 300 emails, but I think I will put 500. I put every fucking service that you need to find to do the step. So yeah, so everything that is in green is no wait yeah everything that is in green is made by me. At one point, of course, I think I will outsource everything because I don't see the point in working when other people can, especially if I keep. No, let's think about that. What margin would I keep? I think if we make $30,000 per month, I will keep a margin of $30,000 per month. Let's say 500. Let's say you hire 20 people. Let's say I hired 20 people. Each of them were paid 1,000, at least one. Yeah, let's say each of them were paid $2,000 per month. That makes $40,000 per month. That means that the first month won't be profitable, so I don't need to hire someone, but the second month will be profitable because cold email campaign. So yeah. So I think that after 3 months of doing my cold email strategy of 500 emails per day, I will be able to outsource everything to other people, to a team, a full-time team that works only on this, that does all the sales process, all the marketing, everything, the customer relationship management, everything. So that's essentially the goal. I at the end of the day, I don't want to do this my whole life. I was not born, and it's not my passion. I don't want to do this my whole life, but I think I need to have a lot of skills in Facebook ads to make this whole plan work. Because if I don't, I will never be able to get to this step. I will always be how can I say? I will always be blocked by my lack of knowledge. So yeah. So that's my master plan essentially. Now, I think I'm going to continue to work right now. I don't know what I have to do right now. I don't have a clear plan, unfortunately. So as you can see, right now the plan is to find first client. So ideally, I need to contact clients. Now, has someone on Instagram answered me? No. I want to work for a local store, so for now I'll stay in France and speak and use French stores to work for. I'd like to call them, but unfortunately today we're Sunday, so I don't think most of them will answer. So I created this product mind map. Basically, it explains everything from the initial problem. You have here all the causes of this problem. Here all the consequences of the problem, all the alternatives, and the final solution, which is obviously Clean Social, my solution. So you see, this is very useful because right now I can say like, okay, so you lack of necessary knowledge, and because of that, you have ineffective ads. This leads to you not having enough leads coming on your website and converting to customers. You feel like you could achieve much more, but your business is dying. You're wasting your money and time, and have no time for the parts you love doing. You tried to take courses to optimize your SEO, do email marketing, affiliate marketing, be active and post on social networks, even tried Facebook ads, but all of this didn't work because you realized it was so hard you needed an expert to do that. That's why Clean Social, and you understand the pattern. So right now I used this and this, but as you can see, there's much more things right here. So if I want, I can come here and you say, let's say you have no time to create and update a website, you have a bad SEO, and because of that your website is not referred enough. This leads to you not having enough leads coming to your website and converting to customers. You feel frustrated and you lose hope in your business because right now you're wasting money, wasting time, and your business is dying. You tried optimizing the SEO, taking courses, be active on social networks, do email marketing, cold outreach, but this didn't work. That's why here at Clean Social, you understand the pattern, and it's pretty great. I mean, it's so easy to do that. Like, it took me, let's say, 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours, around 3 hours to do all of that. But right now I have a clear plan on how I can sell something with problem, cause, consequence, and solutions. So that's pretty great. And yeah, so all this I learned it in the 6-hour course of this Joe Pondier. Now this guy has he has a Facebook course, and I'd like to take it, but I'm not sure if it's worth it, because you see, this website is amazing, it's good looking, they have a lot of tools, a lot of things, and it seems like everyone uses this. It seems like they have a lot of budget. But if I go here and do Pondier review, like let's say Pondier course review, I found nothing. Like, as you can see, it's only videos from him, and I like a third party to tell me if it's great or not. You see, it's only videos by him, and I don't want videos by him. Pondier, Facebook ads course. Now the thing is that he teaches great strategies in the free course, so I don't see why his course wouldn't be great, but it's just that I'm not sure about it. I like to see other reviews. I like to see things about it. You see, the famous Pondier Facebook advertising course, but it's so famous that there's no one talking about it. Except himself. Like, that's the problem with this guy, is that I do trust him, because I have seen with my own eyes that he provides a lot of value, especially in the 6-hour video, and I've seen it, but it's just that I see no one talking about his thing, and it makes it kind of suspicious, you know. Now there's another course that I really would like to take, but I think it's a lot more. Yeah, it's from this guy, Jordan Platten. You see, if I type Jordan Platten course, I'm sure that I will find other people talking about it. Okay, it's the second video. Now, when I type, what's his name? Dylan Pondier, I think. Dylan Pondier, okay. Dylan Pondier. Well, there's this. You see, there's no one talking about it, like literally. It's talking about it.
Top 10 best Facebook ads course. These days.
What is that? Let's see this one. Can link me to it? Yeah, and by the way, I think that for my website, I will use I was gonna say Pornhub, but no, I will use WordPress. Just because it doesn't support React, so I cannot put my personal code on there. Like, look, my website right now is pretty clean. I mean, it's really great, but I don't think that it's enough. And the fact that when you click on a button, like, takes you to schedule.html, I don't like this. I prefer to have a React app, but things that Hostinger, which is my host, my server host, doesn't support React apps. It only supports PHP, so this is kind of sad, but I mean, I don't have any other choice. I already bought the thing. It's my fault. I bought it without reading that if it would support React apps. So yeah, so let's take a look at this.
Welcome to the top-rated Facebook marketing course online. Myself and my team at CourseEnvy.com have helped over 100,000 students master social media marketing and optimize their Facebook ad strategies. So why Facebook? Whether this is your first time using Facebook or if you've already managed hundreds of clients' Facebook ads already, this Facebook Marketing Mastery course will help you get the most out of Facebook and help you optimize your Facebook ads for a maximum return on marketing investment. Because as you can see on this slide, Facebook is not a platform you should be missing out on. There are over 2 billion monthly active users on Facebook. Of those monthly users, 1.4 billion are daily active users. Yes, your math is correct. 70% of Facebook users log on daily, and over 1.7 billion are mobile users. And the average time spent on Facebook is 20 minutes. These statistics are unheard of. So you as a brand or a business owner need to take advantage of this massive ad platform. So who is this course for? My clients have been everyone from small business owners to local brick and mortar businesses to social celebrities or social brands and charities to the corporate marketing professional just looking to advance their career. Really anyone looking to benefit from social media advertising. Because remember, Facebook owns Instagram, so we will cover in this course how to advertise on both Instagram and Facebook. So by the end of this course, you will understand the Facebook platform from A to Z, and especially be a master of optimizing your paid social media advertising campaigns.
What I want him to talk about is the iOS 14 update, because everyone that does Facebook ads says that after the iOS 14 update, everything changed. So if this course is before that, it's outdated and I don't need to buy it.
So what will you learn? Like I said, this course acts as a step-by-step guide for launching your Facebook page and then diving into Facebook and using all those features it has to offer, such as all the different types of ads, Facebook groups, Facebook Live, and so on. So we'll start the course by teaching you how to optimize your Facebook page. Then we'll teach you how to install your Facebook pixel on your website and create custom audiences based on that pixel audience or on external things, such as an email list. Then we'll teach you how to create engaging content that you can share with your audiences. Next, we'll delve into all those types of Facebook ads. They can be very overwhelming at first, but we break it down simply, step by step, so you understand which Facebook ad to use in which scenario. Then we'll teach you how to split test those Facebook ads and optimize them for cost, so you're not overspending on one ad, or maybe using the wrong ad copy in one ad. We'll also discuss the various software we use. We'll cover how we analyze our Facebook ad spend and ads reporting. You'll also get a look over our shoulder as we create and optimize Facebook ads for our own clients. Now I'm just scratching the surface of all the things taught in this course, so make sure to scroll through the lectures to see all the great topics we delve into in this course. So what I learned from me, I began my path into entrepreneurship and marketing as an engineering major. Once I began to learn coding in my college courses, I started to build niche keyword websites. Then I would use growth hack marketing techniques I taught myself online, and then flip these websites for a profit. This is actually how I paid for my college degree. Now it's over a decade later. I built a ton of websites, consulted a bunch of clients, and have helped market 500 plus businesses online. So after finishing in the top 8 for Entrepreneur Magazine 2014 Entrepreneur of the Year, I launched CourseEnvy.com with several engineering and marketing partners to begin sharing our knowledge with the world. We are constantly updating this course and answer student questions within 48 hours. So don't wait another minute. Join our course today to take your business to the next level. Stop wasting money on random Facebook ads that you're not even sure are working or not. Master Facebook marketing once and for all with this top-rated Facebook ads course taken by over 100,000 students already. So join today. We hope you enjoy the course, and I look forward to helping you master Facebook marketing.
No, I don't like this guy. I'm not convinced. Bruh. That's a lot. You see, the problem with all these videos that they're only 30-minute videos, and as you can see, Dylan Ponder stands out because it's a 6-hour video, and you can see that there's so much details that those people are not covering, that this guy is covering. So that's why it gives me confidence in this guy. But the fact that no one talks about him is kind of strange. Let's do this year. Let's do video. Bruh. Like, the retention time of people on YouTube is so small. Their attention span is so small that Facebook doesn't, like, those influencers can't do, they cannot do more than 1 hour videos because no one will watch them. Oh, 20 hours, okay.
Welcome back, guys.
The fuck, 20 hours. Let's see what. Oh, first, what the fuck is that?
पर समझते हैं कि अब हमारी बिजनेस मैनेजर जो है एजेंसी का अगर हम मान के चले तो ये हो गया हमारा बिजनेस मैनेजर.
I seriously have no idea if he's speaking in English or in Indian. I think he's speaking Indian. That's why I don't understand.
बिजनेस मैनेजर एजेंसी, ठीक है, ये हमारा बिजनेस मैनेजर हो.
Yeah, I don't think. Complete. Let's write complete Facebook ads course. Let's write complete Let's write Facebook ads crash course. Facebook ads crash course. I'm looking for something long. They only show me small things. I think I will go on, what's it called? Where were we 5 seconds ago? Udemy, that's it. So now let's put that to cart, okay? Okay. Facebook. That's. Now this is definitely the best seller. Like you can see, when it has 30,000 fucking reviews and it's 4.5, that means it's great. Let's rank them by expert. Let's sort them by highest rated. No. I don't want this. Most reviewed. I think that's it. No, I don't think that's it. Most relevant. Let's just put most relevant. Most relevant. Let's just refresh this. So there's this one that seems pretty great. You see, for instance, this kind of thing. It promises you to learn ads on 10 platforms, but the thing's that it's only 10.5 hours. And when you look at this, it's 12 hours only for Facebook ads and Instagram, obviously, because Instagram and Facebook go together. So, yeah, I doubt the fact that they can teach real value for 10 platforms in 10 hours. That means 1 hour per platform, and I don't think that's sustainable. But I think they teach you copywriting and those skills that no matter which platform you'll always need, and then they go for 1 hour, like 30 minutes for each platform. Okay, so I think this is pretty great actually. Let's take a look at top companies offer. Okay, why not? That's small. Okay, so let's take a look at everything. Oh, you see, this kind of comment makes me doubt, because the fact that they say it's only a PowerPoint and no practice, like, it makes me doubt. How is it called? Udemy. Okay, so let's write Udemy Facebook Ads course. Udemy Facebook Ads course. You know what? I think I will just buy Pondeer.
Alright, so over the past months, I probably had over 100 requests from people on my channel that wants me to make a tutorial on Facebook ads for SMMA that works in 2022. Whether you have an agency, which Facebook Pixel has to be installed on the client's website. And the Facebook Pixel is the thing you use to track conversions and the thing you use to track data. So if you don't have a Facebook Pixel, you're not going to be able to see what's make the sales. You're just not going to get any data. The second thing you need is to figure out how to use their ad account. And what I recommend to do here is to be an admin on the client's ad account. You do not want to run the ads on your own personal account. You don't want to receive ban or anything like that. So what you want to do is to have the client open a business manager, and they probably will have a business manager already. And what you then need to do is you need to give your email out to the business so that they can add your email as an admin to their ad account and their business manager. And once you have admin access there, you can run their ads. Now the next thing you need to know is how you're going to pay for ads. And what I recommend here, and this is just a must do, you have the client put in his card or PayPal or whatever he or she chooses to pay for ads into their ads managers. Do not
going to spend any of your own budget. If the client pays you 2K, you just profit that money. You're not going to spend any of that money on the advertising. You want to make sure that the client is actually paying for the ads and have their card inside of their ad account. The next thing you want to have prepared, and this is going to be very easy, especially if you're working in a business. So if you're doing SMA, it's going to be pretty simple, I would assume, at least in most cases. You want to have a verified business manager. And a verified business manager means that the client has been putting in their documents into their Facebook manager, which means, they've been putting in their business documents onto Ads Manager. Because if you don't have a verified business manager, you are risking getting banned. And if you get banned, it's just going to be a headache. You can always solve a ban. It's not really a big deal, but you just really want to have a verified business manager. So just check that with your client. You can run without it, but just know that that's on your own risk. Verified managers doesn't really get banned unless you break the rules. And I know the PowerPoint is a little bit boring because you can't see me, but this is a study session, all right? If you're serious about your business, you should watch this, even though it's a little bit boring. But anyways, let's go through the Ads Manager structure. So when you first get into a Facebook Business Manager, it's going to be very confusing. I totally get it. But that's why I'm making this video, and I'm making it ridiculously simple for beginners. And as I said in the beginning of the video, the later on we get into the video, the more advanced it's going to get. And just before we get into that, hopefully we'll click a like on the video and subscribe, because I'm trying to be as transparent as possible here and just create a really great channel that just helps people. And also have a completely free Discord group, no upsells. I don't ever try to sell you anything. That's the link in the description, full of agency owners and entrepreneurs who just really wants to change their life. I'm always in there giving out free advice. But the Business Manager, getting on Facebook and advertising for the first time can feel incredibly confusing. I remember when I first were there, I learned most of this myself, but I did have a mentor just kind of help me out to understand the structure. But the Facebook Ads Manager is going to be very, very hard to understand when you first get into it. So I'm going to show you one of my ad managers that I've been using for multiple clients. So let's just get inside my computer and get into the more kind of advanced stuff. It's still very simple. And then after that, we're going to get into all the strategies. You're going to see exactly how to make tons of money for your clients. But let's get inside my Ads Manager. All right, so we're inside my Ads Manager, and I'm about to show you just how this whole thing works. So I'm not going to look at the camera really, but let's get into it. So as you can see, this is probably very confusing, but quickly though, we can see that we have a campaign, right? So we have different campaigns. What's going on inside of all these campaigns, you will be able to see here.
Wait a second. Coming back.
Here in a second, but we have different campaigns, and just let's look at one of them. Spend £29,000, so that's more than dollars, probably $35,000. I don't know, it's just a little bit more than dollars. Let's just pretend it's dollars. $29,000 or $30,000, and we generated $92,000. So that means for every dollar spent, we made $3.09 back. So that's a decent return. We can obviously always get it higher. On this campaign, we have 3.4, but it's still a pretty profitable campaign. So we had a very high margin on this product, and it generated over 2,800 sales. So what we can see is we have a bunch of different columns. The first one is the name of the campaign, which you can make whatever you want. Then we have delivery, that's just whether or not the campaign is on. So I'm going to ignore some metrics. So just know that the metrics that I ignore and don't talk about are stuff that you don't even need to worry about either. The next thing we're going to have is the budget, and this just shows how much the campaign is spending every single day. So one of them is the CBO. I'll get way more advanced when I explain all of it, spending $180 a day, and this one are individual inside the ad set. And I'm going to get into it. So we can see the amount spent. So as I said, 29,000 or 30,000 generated. I'll go over here again, 92,000. Then we have the reach, how many people it's reached, pretty obvious. Then we have the results, which is, how many purchases been, and then we have the cost per results. So these are pretty much all the columns that you need when you actually run a campaign. You should also have click-through rate, add to cart, etc. So let's get into that. So as you can see, the cost per result here is £10. Well, as I said, let's pretend it's dollars, $10.13. It's pretty reasonable, but we should probably see higher ROAS as well. Then we can also see the link clicks. It's not really something you have to see, but you could. We can also see the add to carts, and you can add a bunch of columns. So let's get into that. But first of all, let's talk about ROAS. This is the main metric you have to pay attention to when running an agency or just anything that has to do with ads. ROAS is basically how profitable they are. It's the return on ad spend. So if you have a ROAS of 3, that means for every dollar you spend, you make 3 back. If you have a ROAS of 10, every dollar you spend, you make 10 back. It's pretty much just the return on investment, kind of, right? The return on ad spend. Then we just have the value, how much you've sold for. So what you can do is you can come up to columns here, and you can customize your own columns. So we could go for multiple metrics there. Now you should just copy what I have, so you can search them up here. You can search for website ROAS, you can search for budget, you can search for link clicks. Some of these you will already have, but one thing you should search for is CTR. So that is the click-through rate. What percentage of people that are watching are clicking actually onto your website or whatever you're advertising to? So if you have a click-through rate percentage of 1, that means that 1 out of 100 is clicking on your site. And if you have a click-through rate of 5 or 10, that means that 5 or 10 out of 100 is clicking on your website. And an ideal click-through rate is going to be anything over 5. So if you have a campaign that's running at, let's say, 2% click-through rate, you should just get a new video ad or a new audience, because it's just clearly not working. You cannot judge results based off of a low click-through rate. It's very important that you actually master these things that we get into in a second. But definitely want to add click-through rate. So now we just added it. We should be able to see it's actually not that high. But if we see at one of the campaigns, we had a 4.2, which is reasonable, but you kind of want to have it higher. But as I said, though, you can come up to columns, you can customize them and just put in any metric you want. So as we see, I have the budget, I have the ROAS. Just pause the video here if you want to see, but you should have most of these already. But now let's get into what you probably have been waiting for, how to actually run your Facebook ads and how to just perform incredible and make money for your clients or for your own store, whatever it is that you're trying to advertise. Let's get into the actual strategy. All right, so now that we've been through the structure of the Facebook Ads Manager, we have to talk about what makes a good campaign. A good campaign can be multiple things, but usually would be sales. Or if you're doing lead gen, a good campaign could be how many leads you're getting. Just basically a successful ad. So there's 4 main key factors to what makes a good campaign, a good product, which is what makes you money. And the first one is the product. I have to be honest with you. If you're working with a client that has a bad product, it's going to be hard for you to get results, even though you are an expert. I'm just telling you, I'm very, very confident in my Facebook ad skill, but if my client has a horrible product, and I'm just saying like most of them don't really have that, but if they have a horrible product, it's just going to be very hard for you. I have to be honest, to make them good sales. A good ad won't sell a bad product. Now, the next key factor of a campaign that's performing good is the creative. A creative is basically what you show them, the video and the text. So a creative could be a photo that they look at and click through. A creative can be a video, basically just the content, right? The creative is everything on Facebook, because it's obvious. If you don't have good content, if there's nothing cool to pay attention to, people are just going to scroll. Like, why would they watch something that's boring? And why would they watch a creative that just doesn't apply to them? So if you're, for example, selling a pain relief product for a client of yours that's going to help them with neck pain, you have to be relatable. You should have a testimonial in it that talks about someone else's story who actually felt better after using the product. It's just very important that you have a good creative. And a good creative is typically first an introduction, so that's a hook. So if you have back pain, that could be someone laying down, stretching their back, and then you hear the crack sound, the sound of relief. Then you show the product, and then after that you get into a testimonial. Someone talking.
Yeah, so that's what Ponder said. He said when you put a clip, it should be a problem and solution it should be a problem and solution clip. So for instance, what he's saying, so first we show the problem, which is neck pain, then you show the result and the solution, which is the product.
Positively about the product, and in the end it's CTA, call to action. You're making someone come from your video ad or photo ad onto your website. The next thing is the audiences. What types of interest should you target? Well, the audience and creative is heavily involved with each other, because a creative is basically a marketing analysis. You see down here in the left corner. The creative is kind of a type of your approach. So if the creative is, for example, something like say goodbye to acne, and then the audience is people that doesn't struggle with acne but they struggle with blackheads, well, you're kind of missing out. So the creative has to match the audience. So if you're selling a neck pain product, you should not target arm pain as the audience, right? You should have neck pain in the video and neck pain in the audience. So the audience has to relate to the video ad. This is where most people go wrong. They have a good creative, but the audience doesn't relate to it. So the click-through rate is not just a video ad, because if the video ad ad doesn't have the right audience, they're not going to click. So if you want to have a high click-through rate on your campaigns, which we talked about, it's just key. You have to have an audience that fits the video, because, you know, it's just like music, right? Like a guy that listens to pop music is probably not that interested in like rock or metal, right? So it's just obvious, right? The audience has to match the creative. The fourth key factor that makes a good campaign is the marketing angle. This is your approach. It's pretty obvious. I mean, it's called marketing angle. I guess you understand what it means, but it is the approach you're taking. So marketing angle could, for example, be something such as like say goodbye to blackheads, and you know, you've been struggling for too long. It could be an emotional one, right? Like you deserve better. Or another marketing angle could be aggressive, like it's time to take control of your life. Or another one could be a funny marketing angle. Like there's so many different approaches. But the thing that is important is that the marketing angle matches the creative. And
okay, let's take a look. Marketing angle. Marketing angle course. YouTube. Okay, let's look this. Let's finish the video and look this.
the creative matches the audience. The product doesn't have to match because that's obvious, right? Like you would obviously not target something that doesn't relate to the product. But if you can have a marketing angle that matches the creative and the audience, I mean, the creative has a lot to do with the marketing angle, you're pretty much good. It's going to be like very easy for you at this point. So these are the 4 pillars of a successful campaign. And if you can master all 4 of these, you're going to have a very easy time making someone else or making another business or yourself money through Facebook ads. It's really not that difficult as long as you have a strategy. And on the next slide, I'm literally going to teach you the exact strategy. Everything is going to be incredibly good. And if you just follow this video when you launch it, you are going to make results for your clients. So if you have the 4 pillars down, you have a good product, you have good creatives, you have a good audience, and you have a good marketing angle, it's going to be very easy for you. And what you can now do is to actually get into the strategy. So let's look at the strategy. How do we actually advertise? All right, how to launch your first ads. Now, after this slide, I'm literally going to launch ads in front of you, or not publish them, but I'm going to show you exactly how to launch ads. So you will see a walkthrough on that on my screen inside of my own Facebook account. But before that, let's look at it. So on Facebook, you can choose the budget, you can choose pretty much everything. And this is all going to make sense in the next section of the video when we actually look at it on my screen. But your campaign has to run for $10 a day. There's no point running for anything more than that unless you're doing lead gen. But I'm not talking about lead gen right now. We're talking about selling physical products. This can also work for memberships, gyms, it can work for everything. You should just always, when you work with a new client or you have your own stores, I'm just going to refer to clients now, but this is
Give me a second.
exact same strategy if you're dropshipping or whatever you do. So ignore the client aspect if you don't have clients, but this strategy is always going to work. So what you do is you run an ad set at $10 a day and you're going to have 7 ad sets. So that is $10 times 7, which means you're going to spend roughly $70 a day. And what you want to have is you want to have 1 interest in each. So that's also going to be 7 interests, 1 in each. And then you're going to target 18 to 65 in the years. And I know this probably sounds confusing. If you're selling a product to older people, why would you target 18 to 65? Why wouldn't you just target 40 to 65? And 65 is plus, by the way. It doesn't cap at 65. Now, the reason for that is that Facebook optimizes in a very strange way. And if you mess too much around with the optimization, you're going to have a little bit of a problem. So the best thing to do on Facebook nowadays is to keep it broad. And the thing that's so interesting about the platform is that when you keep...
It's funny because he just told that you need to target precisely, and now he's telling you that don't need to target precisely. I don't know which advice to listen. Now, the other things that I heard other YouTubers say the same thing that he's saying right now, that you should be broad. So yeah, so I think this advice is better than the other one that he just told us.
Keep it broad, it does everything for you. That's where people fail at Facebook ads. They want to take more control and let Facebook do. But you do 18 to 65, and if the product or whatever you're selling is selling more so towards 50-year-olds, Facebook is going to stop spending money on 20 and 30 and 40-year-olds. They're only going to spend money where it works. Same if you have, for example, 5 countries. The next section there is the country. Are you going to go worldwide, top 5, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and United States? This can be your top 5 countries. There's many approaches, but let's just say you're running to these 5 countries, and it starts selling a lot in Australia. Facebook is going to stop spending money on United States. You're going to stop spending money on UK, Canada, New Zealand. So that's the great thing. You don't really have to narrow down. The second you start narrowing down your ads, you're pretty much messing up the optimization. Now, the next thing you want to do is in a test campaign, you want to have 2 to 3 creatives. That means 2 video ads, for example, and 1 photo. The creative, you can pretty much just call it the content. So I typically structure it like, let's say 2 videos of the product and 1 photo. That's a pretty good formula because if you only have $10 a day, you don't want to spend, $1 per, right? You want to just have 2 to 3 so you have some breathing room, your dollar can spend anywhere. So that...
Now, what he's telling me is kind of similar to what Ponder said. So let's go and look what Ponder said. So, how can I remove this? Okay. Oh shit. How can I move this? Bro. What is that? No, I don't want to restart this. How can I move this? Bro. Let's just go here. Here. Lessons. And let's go to Ponder Diamond. No, that's not it. Let's go to and yeah, Facebook ads checklist. Okay, so for the diamond formation, which is I believe the cold traffic, basically you create an ad copy, you create ad creatives 3 to 5, and this takes 80% of the budget, and create an ad copy and 1 to 5 creatives. 1 to 2 creatives for the stability zone, which is for the warm and the hot traffic, and you put 20% of the budget in it.
that means that in a total campaign, you're going to have 7 interests and you're going to have $10 a day per, which means $70 and 7 interests. All right, so now that we talked about some things that probably just sounds weird to you, I'm actually going to show you how to do it so it all makes sense, because now maybe you're thinking, if you're not an experienced advertiser, what is $10 a day? What is 865? How do I even choose that? Well, let's get inside of my ads manager that I showed you earlier in this video, and I'm actually just going to break it all down for you. So let's just look at it. All right, so now we're inside my ads manager, and I'm going to show you how to launch your first campaign. Hopefully by now you click a like on the video and subscribe. I just would truly appreciate it. It's really the only thing I would need in return. If you don't want to do it, that's fine, but please just click a like and subscribe. That would be super awesome. But now let's actually look at it. So here have the ads manager that we just talked about. These are all campaigns. So what you want to do is you want to create a campaign. Now on this account, we can't create a campaign right now, so I'm just going to edit it, but you want to come over here and create a campaign. So let's look inside the campaign. The first thing we do is we name the campaign the product whatever we're selling. I mean, this is just my strategy. You don't have to do this. The name doesn't affect the performance, but let's just say that I'm selling an acne remover. I'm going to name the campaign acne remover, for example. Then you scroll down here, and as I talked about, if there's something that I don't mention, then just don't bother. Don't think about it. So if you think like, why didn't he talk about A/B test? Well, A/B test is irrelevant now. You don't have to worry about it. Or why didn't he talk about auction type? Well, just don't touch it. Leave it to the basics. So what we do is we name it, then we come down here. We don't want to mess with the campaign budget optimization. It's very good, but not when starting. All right, so I just changed the campaign. So here we have a campaign. You want to run 7 or 6 ad sets a day when starting, but this campaign is going to be just 5 ad sets for now because I'm not going to add more. But pretend it's 7. So as you can see, here's the campaign, and here is the ad set. Under the ad set is the video ad. So there's 1 ad set, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Pretty simple. You want to have 6 or 7, but I just have 5 for the example of it. So now let's scroll to the actual ad sets. What you can do is you have to set up the conversions. It's very simple. Just follow what it says. What you want to aim for is purchase. Always optimize for purchase unless you're doing lead gen, but I would just assume you don't in this video. Then what you want to do is you want to schedule ads, and I recommend just schedule your ads to midnight just to keep it like simple. There's no point taking any risk. So just like a great rule, just schedule them to midnight, because the thing is, when you run Facebook ads, you want to make changes only once per day, because if not, you can kind of mess a little bit with optimization. So a good rule is just to publish your ad sets at 12 every single day, because then you are sticking to the once per day rule. So you can schedule it to 12, but you can make your own time. I mean, you can start scheduling 3 p.m. all the time, 5 p.m., 11 a.m., whatever you want to. Then we come down to the country. So here you have to pick. I'm not going to make this decision for you because it completely depends on what you're selling. Are you going to target the UK? Are you going to go worldwide? If you go worldwide, you can exclude third world countries.
Give me a second. I'm going to put this. Where can I put this? Let's say I do no more than 1 edit per day.
Can go worldwide. I can actually show you this right now because worldwide is very good. So if you look at my screen here, I mean, I guess you're already looking at my screen. We can search for worldwide, then we can put in the whole region, then we can switch from include to exclude. So then we can, for example, exclude Africa because they're most likely not going to buy from us. Then we can exclude Mexico. I mean, just coming up with random examples, but you can pretty much exclude anything you would like to exclude, and that's pretty much it. You can go worldwide, you can do whatever, but this is up to you. Just target a country that performs good. So you want to ask your client what he's been doing well with in the past, and if it's new, you will just have to test. And if you don't have any clue, just go by the top 4 or 5 countries. Just go like United Kingdom, USA, and Canada, or you can go with European countries. It totally depends on the market. But you know, if your client has had success in Australia before, you just want to target Australia. Play it safe, right? So the next thing you want to do is you want to come down to the ages. So you can edit that 18 to 65. Now I know it's a 30 here, but this is a little bit older campaign. Just stick to the basics here. 18 to 65 plus. Then you come down to the interest. So let's just say we're selling an acne product. We could, for example, search for acne. It's not going to show up because there is no interest on Facebook called acne. So what can we do? We can, for example, search for skincare. Well, that's basic. Everyone's going to target skincare. That's the thing. Like if you're starting out and you have no data, no advantages, it's going to be very hard for you to break into a huge interest like skincare. So if you're selling a skincare product, you shouldn't target skincare because it's just where all your competitors are. So you have to just find your own little untapped interest. So that could, for example, be like targeting maybe like Kylie Jenner. She has a skincare brand. The people interested in her are most likely into skincare, but it's not as direct, right? So you're not competing with a huge market. You're finding an untapped interest that still has the same type of audience. So now targeting an interest like that, you're going to be able to actually move away from the big competition. You could also target different interests such as beautiful skin, natural skincare. It's a little bit more specific. When all your competitors are targeting skincare, you can target beautiful skin, you could target dermatology, you know, just a bunch of nerdy skincare interests because you don't want to go where the mass is going. Let's say we're selling an acne product. We can search for skin. No, don't run any of this. Actually, let's run beautiful skin. Then we can click suggestions here. It's going to show so many good interests, and keep in mind, interest is what's going to sell, right? Like if you target the wrong interest, you're failing the whole marketing angle perspective, right? So we can maybe go with cosmetics, we can go with anti-aging cream, face. Just what I want to teach you is that you can use the suggestion bar. It's going to show you 30 suggestions of things that's similar to interest. So if we, for example, were to go with Netflix and then we hit suggestions, I'm going to show you right now. Netflix is very good interest, by the way. I don't really know why, but you will see similar stuff, right? So suggestions is going to be your best friend when trying to find good interest, but you also want to make sure that you are a little bit untapped. So next thing we can do is to click on the detailed targeting button. When you first start out, I'm telling you, you really should have it on because I told you, leave it up to Facebook. When you first start out, they know better than you. They just do. They know better than me too because I'm not a system. I'm not a machine. I kind of look like a machine, but I'm just not. So what you want to do is you want to hit reach people beyond your, why do I say the whole thing? You just want to hit the detailed targeting button, all right? And then when you scale, when you're like actually trying to make more money, you're trying to make changes, you can turn that thing off later. And then you want to go with placements. I don't recommend doing manual. The reason we do manual here is because we just tried out something new. You always just want to go with every placement. And the thing is, like if your video doesn't fit stories, it's not going to go to stories anyway. So many people are always worried, like I don't want to do automatic because it says like it's going to be showing reels and stories. No, if it doesn't fit there, it's not going to be shown. So always go automatic when starting, and that's it. And now one very important thing, Facebook is going to try to trick you. As you can see here, they're going to say like some audience locations aren't available for reels. Okay, that is fine. They're also going to say, they don't say it here, but they might say that ads that make it zero sales. Don't listen to them. They're just trying to spend your money like weird places. They're also going to say estimate audience size, and this is all false. So you have to trust yourself and not Facebook. The next thing you want to do is you want to hit next, then you're going to get led into the ad part. So this ad cannot be edited because the Facebook page has been disconnected from this ads manager. So we made a new ad account. I can't show you the name of it, but up in the left corner, we made a new ad account where we actually have the Facebook page. But inside of here is very simple. It's straightforward. It's going to show you exactly what to do. Only thing you need now is to actually put in the video ad or a photo, then you put in the text. So the text could be something like take care of your skin today, natural acne cream, something like that, and like get started. Then you put in a bit the link, so you shorten down the link, click the link to get started, and then under that you can put in like free worldwide shipping or stock is limited, 50% off. It can be pretty much anything, and then just gonna hit a button called shop now, and that's it. You now set up your first ad. All right, so that is how you test something on Facebook. So whenever you work with a new client, even though they might have ads going on, they might be making sales, you should always just launch a campaign with like 7 ads, so it's $10 a day, just to test the water, just to see what's up, see how it's working, see how your ad account is working, see if it's getting any sales. So I'm just recommending you, like, regardless of how they are performing, just always launch a test. So what are you gonna do after the test is the main question, because the test isn't really gonna make it thousands of dollars. Now, don't get me wrong. One time I tested something and I made a return of 7,000, but it's just not normal. Test is probably going to make you like $200. It depends on their offer, right? If it's high ticket, like it costs 1,000, you can make 1,000, but a test is going to, not give you that many sales. But what you do after the test is most certainly going to make you a lot of sales or a lot of return on their investment. So let's look at it. What you do after a test. But before that, let me show you a couple of different scenarios when you're testing something on Facebook. All right, so let's talk about the different scenarios that can happen after a test because there's so many things that can happen. The first thing that can happen is, you get 0 sales. This is scenario number 1. If you don't get any sales, just cut the campaign and relaunch. I don't know why it says reload. It's supposed to say relaunch. I don't know why, but you want to cut the campaign, just make it over again. That means that you can try, for example, new interest, right? You can try a new demographic. If you have a low click-through rate, you can try a new video. But when you relaunch, just try new stuff. Now, your second scenario is that you get just 1 sale or 1 lead or, whatever. So if you get 1 sale, leave it running another 12 to 24 hours. So what you can do now is you can cut an ad set and add a couple of new interests, but mainly you just want to run it another day. And now, before I forget this, never touch your ads when testing. This is important. I cannot stress this enough. When you're testing something out, don't touch your ads. You have to give it a full 24 to 30 hours. But if you get 1 sale, just leave it running like another day, 12 to 24 hours to see the performance on it because it might actually pick up. Facebook is sometimes slow. Now, the third scenario is a little bit good. You get 2+ sale, right? Add new audiences and cut bad ad sets. So if you get 2+ sales, let's just say you get 2. What you can do is you can cut 2 of your 7 ad sets. That means you cut 2 of your interests and then you can just exchange those interests into new interests. But the same rule applies here. Leave it running another day because you're hoping for scenario 4. And the 4th scenario is that you get 3+ sales in 1 ad set. What you do then is you duplicate and scale. And this is where you really make money. So buckle your seatbelts because this is going to be the best part of the whole presentation. This is why I told you to stay to the end. This is what Gears literally charge $2,000 or more for. I'm going to reveal all of it for free. So you get 3+ sales in 1 ad set. That means the ad set is probably qualified. It has a high chance of making good money for your client. So what we're going to do now is going to scale it. Now, if it's not performing well, check your metrics. Check if the click rate, for example, is low. If your click rate is 2%, you should relaunch. You should just make the campaign from scratch with a new video or a new marketing angle or a new audience. It's very important to check your metrics to see why it's not working because the thing is, when you have the skill of Facebook ads, there's not really that much luck, right? So if it's not working, you have to figure out why. All right, so now we got in pretty far. Let me actually teach you how to make your clients or yourself money. It's going to break down everything. How do we scale? What is scaling? Well, scaling is figuring out what's working and making that work even better and cutting what's not working. You just want to focus on what works, find more things that work, test out multiple things, but let me show you how to scale. This is going to be very advanced, so take it slow, bring your notepad, but I'm going to make it as beginner friendly as possible. And by the way, I just wanted to tell you that I document my whole journey on my Instagram right here. I show you my agency results. I show you my clients. I literally show you like everything from traveling to all the fun stuff that I do to behind the scenes of my agency. And I'm not trying to sell you anything because some guys said in the comments that I'm trying to sell it. It's getting into very advanced stuff. We can sort it by, let's just say, for example, results. Now, can I actually find it? Yeah, here it is. Just look past it. So results, 1 ad set has 180 in sales, and it's doing $25 a day. We spent 1,000, and it's made 180 in sales. So we can also sort by ROAS, just to see the return. Some of these ads have been incredibly profitable. As you can see, if we only spent $21 to generate, let's scroll to the side, to generate 151. So that's a 7 in ROAS. For every dollar we spend, we make $7 back. But now let's actually sort it by results first. We want to find the criteria. So you tested a product and it fit the criteria. That is 3 sales or more, right? So let's just say it's 3, but it's 5. It just fits the criteria of 3 sales or more. So what we can do with it is that's a high ROAS too, so it's probably going to work. We can duplicate this ad set. So I'm going to do it. We duplicate and we only change one thing. This is incredibly important. What we do is we scroll down, we put it from $10 a day to $25 a day. And then what you do is you just publish. That is literally it. You're doing vertical scaling. So there's multiple types of scaling. Horizontal scaling, vertical scaling. Horizontal scaling is just making tons of duplicates, keeping the budget the same often, just testing a lot. Vertical scaling is aggressive scaling. You're just taking the budget and doubling it. So if something works, you should just take the budget from 10 a day to 25 a day just instantly because that's where you really see results. And $25 ads are just so much better than 10, but you don't want to do that when testing. $25 ads can bring you thousands of sales as you saw on the other example I just showed you. So what you want to do is just to increase the budget and then you're just going to publish. Then you can do another duplicate where you just leave the budget at $10 and you scroll down and change the detailed targeting button. Now I don't know why it's not showing anymore, but you guys remember the detailed targeting button is going to be right there. You just click on the detailed targeting button. If it was on, you turn it off. If it was off, you turn it on. You basically just split testing that button to see if it's going to work better with it off or on. So those are your 2 main duplicates. Now there's one more thing you can do. Let's look at it. So just going to close this. Now it's going to say drop in the corner, but ignore that. So the last thing you can do is horizontal scaling. You remember I just talked about this. You don't have to remember the metrics, whether you're doing horizontal or vertical. Nobody's not really going to care about that. But horizontal scaling is just a straight up duplicate to begin with. You don't do anything. That's the thing. It's just a copy. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to find new segments of the audience, which means that the $10 one maybe didn't optimize perfectly. Maybe there's a better audience for it. So what you can do is just a straight up copy. Just duplicate and don't change anything. So you're basically just making a new ad set that is the exact same to see if it can perform better. What you can then do, if that hits 3 sales, you just duplicate it and repeat the process. $25 a day. It can be whatever. So the great thing about scaling is that you pretty much just repeat this. There's way more to it. But whenever you scale, you should always do these same things over and over again. You constantly want to find new interests at $10 a day. You constantly want to test new things. Whenever you get new ad sets to 3 sales, you duplicate them to 25. Whenever you get ad sets to 20 sales, for example, you duplicate them to 50. You always play this expand detail targeting. You always make copies. You just keep repeating this. You always want to have new ad sets at 3 sales, new interests, just new stuff all the time. You have to test. So this process you're going to repeat even if you're doing $20,000, $50,000 a day. You're always going to repeat this process. But now we're getting into the advanced stuff. So now that you start to make $25 duplicates, you're trying to just do everything. You just keep the cycle going, keep duplicating. Your next goal is to get multiple ad sets to 7 sales. In order for you to actually start scaling aggressively. Now, this is my strategy, right? There's so many different ways you can do it. So I'm not going to say it's, the perfect strategy. It is very good. Actually, it is the perfect strategy. There's many other good strategies out there too, but when you do ads, only stick to one strategy. You cannot mix it up. So your next ideal scenario is that you get 3 ad sets or more to 7 sales. So we can look at this right there. We have 3 ad sets that fits criteria. It can obviously be more than 7 too, the more the better. But you want to have 3 to 5 ad sets that's sitting at 7 sales or more. And what we can now do is we can start spending a lot of money. This is going to be a little bit scary because you're going to spend hundreds of dollars, but I'm telling you, if it fits the criteria, if you have 7 sales and it's like kind of profitable in 3 to 5 assets, it's probably always going to work. Like it fails only like 1 out of 10 times. So this is very, very safe in most cases. What we can now do, we have 3, but you can also have 5, right? What we can then do is we can duplicate them, and now we have to duplicate them into a new campaign. So just name the campaign, the product name, and then CBO. So Acne product CBO, campaign budget optimization. So let's get into new campaign. I'm going to show you what you're going to do now. This is where it really starts getting. You have to click on top here to get inside of the campaign. You now want to scroll down, ignore the errors. This is because the page isn't here, right? You're not going to have errors. You want to come down here and you want to activate campaign budget optimization. So we're going to do $150 a day. And the reason for that is because we have 3 ad sets. Each ad set is going to run for $50 a day. Now, it's not technically going to run for $50 a day because Facebook is going to spend it how they want to, but each ad set equals $50. So if you have 10 ad sets, that's 50 times 10, 500. If you have 5 ad sets, $250 a day, 2 ad sets, 100. But you don't really want to do this with less than 3. So we have 3 ad sets, that's $50 times 3. Now, the thing is, Facebook in the campaign budget optimization, it's going to spend the money where they like. That means that Facebook is going to spend money on the good performing ad sets and stop spending money on the bad ones. So they're just going to push the good ad sets a little bit extra. So even though you have $150 and each ad set equals $50, that doesn't mean they're going to spend that. They might spend $120 on one ad set and just 15 on the remaining ones. And this is the great thing. Facebook is finding a winning ad set. They're just doing everything for you at this point. And then you can just keep it going. If the CBO works, what you want to do is you want to vertical scale. The CBO should only be scaled vertically. So if this works, it's doing 150 a day. I'm going to duplicate the whole campaign and put it to 300 a day. If 300 a day works and it's making me multiple sales and it's profitable, I'm just going to go from 300 a day to 600 a day. You just double budgets on the CBO and it just works every time. The only bad thing is the CBO is probably just going to work like weak. So you have to find new interest, right? You have to constantly find new ad sets that fits the criteria. So if you go back into the campaign right now, we can see that, yeah, we just launched the CBO, that's whatever. But we have multiple more ad sets we can do this with. Like we have 4 ad sets here. They have way more than 7 sales. We can make a new CBO right here, right? So let's get all of them. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And CBO is basically just your life when you get to this point. So what we can do is we can make a new CBO for Acne product. You can go down here. We now have 5 ad sets. You don't really want to have more than 10 in one, but you're probably not going to get to that point yet. So I wouldn't worry. Then get into the actual campaign. And we now have 5 ad sets. So we're going to activate CBO. That's $50 per. So that is a $250 CBO. If it works, you're just going to duplicate and double the budget from $250 to $500. Now this really works, but I know it's scary to spend as much money as this, but I'm telling you, if you fit the qualifications of 7 sales and everything is working fine, you are probably going to make it work. It's probably going to be safe. So it's really that simple. You just want to repeat the process back to scratch, find your interest.
I don't know what to think about this because I have no experience, so I don't know what to think about it. I think I just need to continue this video that I was watching.
In this lesson, we're going to launch our Facebook ads. We're going to take all the creatives, the copy, and so forth, and import it into our campaigns, and then push everything live. We're going to go over custom audiences, how to do your targeting, who you should be targeting, and much more. So without further ado, let's jump into it. As we go through this lesson and the rest of the launch and the analysis and the scale lessons, there's going to be terminology, if you are new to advertising, that you don't understand. And that's okay, because what you are soon to realize is that what seems really complicated is actually very simple once you have the core concepts. And Ponder Milo is here to help you. So Ponder Milo is your advertising assistant. Ponder Milo knows the Facebook advertising ecosystem and the documentation. So for example, maybe you have a question like, what does CPM mean? Some terminology question. What does CPM mean? CPM is a cost per 1,000 impressions. Okay, well, what if you were wondering when I'm talking about reducing CPMs? How do I reduce my CPM? To reduce your CPM, you need to increase your impressions. You can do this by using Ponder Facebook Ad Tool, split testing your ads, and improving your targeting. Remember to use a scroll stopping creative, engage, and then use a call to action. Or for example, maybe you just don't remember the link to the documentation. What's the link to Facebook ad documentation? So Milo is here to help you with, there you go, with any questions that you have. You can ask any terminology questions. If you try to go outside the scope of Facebook ads, it won't respond to you. This is for legal reasons because AI is very powerful and in the wrong hands, it can do some bad. So if I was trying to ask, what's the weather today? You'll see there's a filter that kicks in. Sorry, I'm not allowed to answer, but anything related to Facebook ads, Milo is here to help you. Questions, terminology, strategy, and so much more. So I wanted to introduce you to Milo first. So with that said, let's go ahead and start the process of launching your ads. Before we launch, I want to refresh your memory on what each of these campaigns will do. So we have the Diamond HQ, we have the Diamond Formation, and then we have the Diamond Stability Zone. So if you'll recall, let me just change this color here. If you'll recall, the Diamond HQ is the headquarters where you will store your ads. So all of the ads that you've created and Ponder all the copy, we're going to import that into the Diamond HQ, which is going to act as a vault for all of the creatives moving forward. This is going to help you stay organized. It's also going to make this process of launching ads so much more time efficient. All right, Diamond Formation. Remember, this is cold traffic. These are people that have never heard of your product, brand, or service. And then finally, we have the Diamond Stability Zone. So this is going to be retargeting. These are individuals that have visited a website, so viewed content, added to cart, initiated to checkout, and so forth. They've signed up, they're a lead, or whatever it might be. They went off Facebook, they engaged with your content or your product. So each of these in total make up the Ponder Diamond right here. So we got the Diamond. Okay, let's go ahead and start out with the first portion of all of this. We can't launch ads without ads actually being inside of our ad account. So for this example, one of my good friends, mentors, and business partners, Noah Elias, has graciously blessed us with the opportunity to use one of his campaigns as a real life example. So Noah, we've been running Noah's ads. The Ponder agency has been running Noah's ads for a little over 1 year now. And one of the main products to Noah's ecosystem is a book bundle. So Noah has an amazing story, and the book bundle gives people a way to really learn his story, but not only that, but understand how to use points of failure as launch pads to excel in a variety of different areas. So we're going to actually use the new creatives. So we have creatives for cold traffic and for the retargeting. We have copy produced by Ponder, and we're actually going to go ahead, go to his ad account and build it all out. So I'll see you over there. Okay, so one thing to quickly note is mine say Ponder 2.0. This is solely for filtering purposes, as we have countless other campaigns that are actively scaling in this ad account. So we want to make sure that everything's kept separate, and this gives me a nice, easy way to use this for demonstration purposes and actively launch a new campaign for this product. So you don't have to follow along with the 2.0. You can just put Ponder and then dash and then the name of the campaign. So this is the same structure that we set up in the previous lesson. So let's go ahead and start by importing some creatives. So I always use Google Drive. What you'll see is I actually break them out. So I'll do whoever we're working with. So in this example, Noah, then I'll put the product name. Then I break it out into formation, being our cold ads, and then our stability zone. So for example, if we come into here, these are all of the cold ads that we created. Whereas if we went into stability zone, you'll see. So as I mentioned, remember I said we record the assets and we send it off to an editor. This is how we do it. So we record the raw assets here. And then my editor comes in, creates a folder called final. And then boom, now we have our Diamond Stability Zone ads as well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to download these. So you're going to need to have them stored on your computer. And the one that I want to launch is actually this one here. So I have a couple variations, but this one, I had my video editor add captions to. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. And remember, I said I recommend 3 to 5. So the other one that I want an image ad. So this one has... Which one was it different? So this has like a frame around it. Let's go ahead and use this one here. So we'll download this image. And then I also, one thing to note is it's always a good idea, if it's possible, to just take your iPhone, if you are recording your own ads, and make a vertical format. If you're not recording your own, just ask your editor to do it in a, 1080 by...
So let's note that here Facebook ad. No, this wasn't lessons. So clips. So let's write vertical format. Okay.
(1920) format. So that's going to be vertical, just like this. This is going to be native to stories, the Instagram story, Facebook story placement. So I'm also going to use this one. So here we're going to have 3 cold diamond formation ads being, so which ones did we download here? We downloaded this one, then we have one of the images, and then a vertical ad. So we have those downloaded, and then we also downloaded both of the retargeting ads. As I mentioned, I recommend at least 1 to 2 stability zone ads. So let me go ahead and unzip these files here. So now we have all of the ads. I'm just going to drag it in here, make it easy for me. All right, boom. Here's all of our ads that we're going to be launching with. So just get your ads in a folder, or all the files in a folder on your desktop. That way it's just organized and ready to roll. So let's go back over to Facebook ads. So when we come into the Diamond HQ, remember this is where we store all of our ads. We'll go ahead and come into the Diamond HQ, and then we have our images. Let me refresh. Remember, if Facebook ever gives you any issues, just refresh. It almost always works. So we have our images, we have the carousel ad, and then we have our videos. So let's start by importing the images. So we'll come into images, and we're going to hit create. So you'll see the campaign, the ad set, and now we're going to create an ad. This is how I do the naming conventions for ads. So a big mistake that I see individuals make, that I used to make, is messy naming conventions. So how consistent are you with the way that you name ads? It's going to make a huge difference as soon as you start to scale. Once you have 15 to 20 different ad variations in moving pieces, you want to be able to understand what that ad is just by looking at the name. So here's how I do it.
Okay, so let's note
first,
I will forget everything that I'm saying right now. If I don't note this. No, not here. Here. So let's remove Ponder because I don't think it's his invention. So let's do the Diamond HQ. This is the headquarters of your ad campaign. Okay. here let's write how to organize campaign. Try Facebook campaign. Facebook ads clips on Facebook ads clip should follow these rules. Scroll stopping clip. Scroll stopping by catching clip from vertical format, clear call to action, shows the benefits, product, problem and solution, scroll stop, eye patch clip, vertical format, organize. That's pretty great. So here, how to organize. So separate the campaign in 3 ad sets. So the first one is so I will make sure to follow these naming conventions. So one, right? So company name. Company name HQ. So the second one is company name formation. Finally, stability zone. So now let's do like this on HQ. So the HQ is where I will just write what he just told us.
The Ponder agency has been running Noah's ads for a little over 1 year now. And one of the main products to Noah's ecosystem is a book bundle. So Noah has an amazing story, and the book bundle gives people a way to really learn his story, but not only that, but understand how to use points of failure as launch pads to excel creatives for go to his ad account and build it all out. So I'll see you over there. Okay, so one thing to quickly note is mine say Ponder 2.0. This is solely for filtering purposes, as we have countless other campaigns that are actively scaling in this ad account. So we want to make sure that everything's kept separate, and this gives me a nice, easy way to use this for demonstration purposes and actively launch a new campaign for this product. So you don't have to follow along with the 2.0. You can just put Ponder and then dash and then the name of the campaign. So this is the same structure that we set up in the previous lesson. So let's go ahead and start by importing some creatives. So I always use Google Drive. What you'll see is I actually break them out. So I'll do whoever we're working with. So in this example, Noah, then I'll put the product name. Then I break it out into formation, being our cold ads, and then our stability zone. So for example, if we come into here, these are all of the cold ads that we created. Whereas if we went into stability zone, you'll see. So as I mentioned, remember I said we record the assets and we send it off to an editor. This is how we do it. So we record the raw assets here, and then my editor comes in, creates a folder called final, and then boom, now we have our diamond stability zone ads as well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to download these. So you're going to need to have them stored on your computer. And the one that I want to launch is actually this one here. So I have a couple variations, but this one, I had my video editor add captions to. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. And remember, I said I recommend 3 to 5. So the other one that I want an image ad. So this one has, which one was the difference? So this has like a frame around it. let's go ahead and use this one here. So we'll download this image. And then I also, one thing to note is it's always a good idea, if it's possible, to just take your iPhone, if you are recording your own ads, and make a 1920 format. So that's going to be vertical, just like this. This is going to be native to stories, the Instagram story, Facebook story placement. So I'm also going to use this one. So here we're going to have 3 cold diamond formation ads being, so which ones did we download here? We downloaded this one, then we have one of the images, and then a vertical ad. So we have those downloaded, and then we also downloaded both of the retargeting ads. As I mentioned, I recommend at least 1 to 2 stability zone ads. So let me go ahead and unzip these files here. So now we have all of the ads. I'm just going to drag it in here, make it easy for me. All right, boom. Here's all of our ads that we're going to be launching with. So just get your ads in a folder, or all the files in a folder on your desktop. That way it's just organized and ready to roll. So let's go back over to Facebook ads. So when we come into the Diamond HQ, remember this is where we store all of our ads. We'll go ahead and come into the Diamond HQ, and then we have our images. Let me refresh. Remember, if Facebook ever gives you, come into the Diamond HQ, remember this is where we store
all of our ads. So this is where we store all of the ads.
All of our ads. We'll go ahead and come into the Diamond HQ, and then we have our images. Let me refresh. Remember, if Facebook ever gives you any issues,
oh wait, I just realized it, but 3 campaigns. Three campaigns. All the ads. 3 ads. I think it's that. Carousel, videos, images. Okay.
just refresh. It almost always works. So we have our images, we have the carousel ad, and then we have our videos. So let's start by importing the images. So we'll come into images, and we're going to hit create. So you'll see the campaign, the ad set, and
now let's do this. So hit
we're going to create an ad. This is how I do the naming conventions for ads. So a big mistake that I see individuals make, that I used to make, is messy naming conventions. So how consistent are you with the way that you name ads? It's going to make a huge difference as soon as you start to scale. Once you have 15 to 20 different ad variations in moving pieces, you want to be able to understand what that ad is just by looking at the name. So here's how I do it. So first, I label all of my ads Ponder. The reason being is if you've ever worked with anyone else or an agency, or you're running a new product, just give it a prefix of Ponder. That way you can filter by it. So similar how I filtered by Ponder 2.0, any ads created by Ponder or by Ponder copywriting, I can quickly filter it with this naming convention. So I always start with Ponder. I put a dash. And now I'm going to use the product name. So if you have an ad account with just one product and only one variation, you don't need to do this, but it's just good habit. So we're going to do book bundle, just like that. You could even, if you want to, just give it BB. So just give it a abbreviation, but I'm going to do book bundle. Okay, another dash. Now I'm going to give a small description. So I put a bracket. And you might be thinking, like, this is so weird. Why is he using brackets and all this stuff? I'm running accounts with thousands of different ad variations, and this naming convention makes it so easy to find what I'm looking for and understand what it is right away. So put a bracket and then give it a description. So let me think. First, I need to figure out which one I'm going to do. So I'm going to do one of the images. So this is like an outlined glowing book. So I'm going to do glowing book. Boom, like that. End bracket, then dash. Okay, so hang in there with me. Let's just run through this one more time. There's nothing magical about this naming convention. If you, for some reason, don't follow this exactly, your ads aren't going to blow up, and it's not going to decrease results. This is all about organization right here, and this is the way that I found works the best.
I like to be
Ponder,
organized.
book bundle, product name, description of the ad. So in this one, I'm immediately going to remember, okay, glowing book. Actually, books, it's plural. There we go. Okay, now dash. And this last part is a bit odd, but just trust me on this. What you're going to want to do is create a random string of numbers. For you mathematicians, this isn't truly random, but it's worked very well for us. So what you're going to do is just, on your keyboard, you're going to hit a bunch of numbers. So literally like this. Just like that.
What the fuck?
You might be like, what the heck? But what this does is create somewhat of a random ID. So if you want to filter by all of the campaigns using this ID, you can do that in the future. So it's just a random ID. There's nothing magical about this number. You can add letters, have fun with it, just smash the keyboard. You can do that. But just create somewhat of a random, unique ID at the end. That way, too, if you ever create a second variation of glowing books, then you can create a second variation of this ID and you know it's different. You can filter different. It's all about filtering and organization. Okay, enough about naming conventions. Yours should look something like this. Hit continue. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just make sure your Facebook page is the one, same with Instagram. Let's turn on preview. Okay, and then we'll keep going down. Let's hit add media, add image. We're gonna hit upload here, okay? So we'll go to my downloads and then drive, download. There we go. So here's our file. So I'm gonna choose that image. So you can see we have a bunch of different ads running in here. But I'm gonna choose this, hit next. You don't really need to switch anything here, and I'll explain this in 1 second. Uncheck allow enhancements and hit done. So you might be wondering, why didn't I hit allow enhancements? And why don't I want Facebook to make these auto adjustments to the ads? Well, when you do that, the social engagement doesn't transfer over when you duplicate it. So basically, what I'm trying to say here in simpler terms is once we start running this ad, you will see, likes and comments and all of that. And it's beneficial to carry that over to new campaigns because it, once again, shows social proof. If you have positive comments, you want everyone to see that. You don't want it to reset. And when you do the enhancements on or a dynamic creative, Facebook doesn't transfer those over if you duplicate it. So here's what I want you to do right now. If you have, see how it says 6 placements, 5 placements, 3 placements? We're going to clear group customizations right here. Okay, there we go. So you'll see that we just have the original selected. We don't really have any enhancements on. It is what it is. This is the format. Let's say that you uploaded an image and you wanted to crop it. So you can still do that, but do it as follows. You can hit edit, then edit media, and then you can choose crop right here, and then you can resize as follows. So you can zoom way in, so forth, then hit save. That is okay to do it that way. But what you don't want to do is modify it where you come down to stories and you hit edit group and then crop it because it's going to create a dynamic ad. Once again, this is one of those things that does sound confusing if you're new, but you will get the hang of it. Just for the sake of this launch, just keep it as is. If you want to crop, only use this tool, edit media right here, this top button. Okay, so we have our first image imported. Now we need to use Ponder to import our primary text. So I'm going to go over to Ponder and I'm going to generate some copy on the fly because I want to do that. So this is how, if you want to generate some more copy and just follow along, feel free to do so. Otherwise, you can just go to saved and drop it in. But I'm going to generate it on the fly here. So create it. We're going to do product title, create a success book bundle. Then we're going to do learn how to break free from fear, harness your creative energy, and do the work you love. There's the elevator pitch. Boom. All right, let's go ahead and create this. Give it a second. There we go. Okay, so quick glance, all of these look great. So I'm just going to save these. And let me see. Let's go to saved items. So remember, if you save them, you can just go to saved items. Go ahead, scroll down. Are you ready to take creativity to the next level? Book. This one's really good right here. I really like this one. So watch how easy this is. Once you're in your saved area of copy, you can hit this button here, copy, go back to Facebook ads and just paste. There you go. So I want to give you a quick tip here. On mobile, Facebook's only going to show the first 3 lines of your copy on someone's mobile device. So the way that you can get an idea of what it's going to look like is if you click these 3 dots here and hit expand, you can actually see. So on desktop, still 3 lines, but you can see a lot more. Whereas on mobile, you're going to get cut off right here. So it's super important to put that that engaging hook right at the top, which is, are you ready to take your creativity to the next level? So there we go. That looks good. Next, what I like to do is put a little teaser. So see how you can hit see more and then it opens up? I want to incentivize people to click that see more button. It's a little kind of hack that we've been using that we've seen a good improvement in our click-through rates because we get people to read the rest. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me go ahead, expand. I just want to kind of reset this format. Let's see. Maybe if you don't have to leave the screen. I just want to go back. There we go. So I wanted it to be minimized. So how do we incentivize people to click see more? Watch this. Do you want to learn how? So what if I put, let's see what this looks like. Okay, there we go. How to, all right, so this is, and then I'm going to do pointing right. My emojis didn't want to work, but let's go. So I have this little emoji icon here, and I'm going to find the one that is pointing to the right. You don't have to do this. I just want to show you a little technique that's worked really well for us. So check this out. Are you ready to take your creativity to the next level? Do you want to learn how to ... look at what we're pointing at? You'd be surprised how well this works. So then they click this, and now we can just kind of format it. So we could actually go like this. How to, I might add a couple more emojis just because I do know emojis have been working well for us. So we're going to go ahead and do this. All right, there we go. So take a look at how good that looks now. We've got that. We've got the hook. We've got this bit that this text that incentivizes them to click see more. Then we got the benefits and more. And so let's end this. So let's end this with a call to action here. So I can actually take a piece of this copy here. So I'm just going to go to Ponder and just look through what we built. Get the credit. I actually like this almost as a hook right here. So we'll just go here. And then we'll say click shop now to get yours today. There we go. So a nice call to action. Okay, so we have our copy. And if you see this button here, add options, once again, this is also going to create a dynamic ad. So the social proof isn't going to transfer over. The other downside when you're launching a new campaign with this is it's going to take a lot more money in the form of ad spend to optimize. It's going to be more difficult to read results and make improvements. So stick with one. Let's stick with the static ad, not a dynamic ad, and continue building this out. So now we have our headline. Let's just go back over to Ponder. One thing I need to do is make sure that it doesn't clear when you leave. So by the time you're watching this, hopefully we finish that feature. So let me just quickly paste this in. It's so simple to do this. Okay, we'll click on headlines and we're just going to create some headlines now. Oh, this is perfect for the artist, writer, entrepreneur, dreamer, and all of us. Ooh, that's really good. I like this one too. Let's just generate a couple more variations. I like this. Okay, so let's go to saved. I really like this one. Perfect for the artist, writer, entrepreneur, dreamer, and all of us. Well, let's see how it looks. Remember, this is one of those situations where we could go down to, let's just use Brainwave actually, because this will be a perfect situation to use this. So just copy in the elevator pitch. Whoops, I didn't even hit copy on that. But man, look how fast this is. Gone are the days of me ever writing copy again. So here we go. All right, so what I want to do is I just really want to get an amazing headline. I don't even need the rest, so let's just do heading. Not big on that. That does look good. See the difference? Like, this is too long. It's just way too long, whereas when I look at it here, I can see that this Creative Success Book Bundle looks good. I do like that. I'm going to just copy it. Not a big on that. Learn the secrets of creative success. So I think this variation right here, the Creative Success Book Bundle, it just looks good. Okay, that's good. And now description. So let's go ahead and create a description here. Something a little bit longer. A bundle of books to help you become an entrepreneur, but it's not necessarily for entrepreneurs only. I'm wondering what type of angle that I can take with this. And apologies for this loading. This is our development server. You can see staging. So we are actively working on new features here, which I think is what's happening here. But let's go ahead. So a bundle of books that help you become an entrepreneur. I like the start of that, but I'm not big on the entrepreneur. So a bundle of books to help you achieve creative success. So there we go. The other thing to note is descriptions don't show on mobile formats, but for those on desktop, it does look pretty good. So let's look at it on desktop. So you can see that looks good. But a bundle of books isn't descriptive enough. So what I want to do, let me just give this a quick refresh. I'm going to rely on Ponder again because I wasn't big on that one. So let's just quickly punch this back in. There we go. Creative Success Book Bundle. All right, and then I want some link descriptions. Let's get a couple variations. Ooh, I like that. That's a really good one. This is a good one right here. Save that. I'm going to copy it in. Break free from the constraints of your creativity. Boom. Awesome. So shop now. I'm going to use shop now over learn more just because the goal is for them to shop now. And there we go. Look at how clean that looks. Image number 1 down. Here we go. First ad. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to publish this. And remember how I discussed apologies. So if you got an error here, whenever an error shows up, if you hit view details, if you hover over this, required field is missing, the link field is required. So that's very important. Nice catch, Facebook. So what we need to do is copy in the link here. So we'll paste that. There we go. You can leave display link blank. You can leave these blank. Make sure your pixel selected here, your domain selected, I should say. Looks good. Okay. So now we'll publish it. And as I was mentioning, retaining social proof is very important. And so what you can do is actually use what's called an existing post. That way, Facebook doesn't create a new post every time. So think about when you post to your newsfeed. Each time that you create something, that's a new post. And Facebook assigns a new post ID to that, to each individual one. But now imagine if you made a post a year ago, and each week you just duplicated it. It'd be the same exact post with the same post ID. So that's what we're going to do here. And I'm not sure if that was a good explanation, but hopefully the demonstration here helps. So what I want you to do is first refresh. And you might need to refresh a couple times. So just let's do 2 refreshes here after you publish. So now when we go back into edit, what you can do is come down to where it says create ad and hit use existing post. And what you'll see is that the creative stays the same. So all of this, let me annotate so you make sure you see what I'm referring to. But see how this is all the same. But what's different is now it says use existing post. And the other thing that is substantially different is you can no longer edit the ad creative. So there's a rule. If you want to carry over existing social proof and engagement, likes and comments, you can't change the ad once you create it. It makes sense. Imagine if you posted a picture of a puppy, got a bunch of likes, and then switched it to some evil picture of something that people don't like. But it has all the social proof and it backs it. So Facebook doesn't want you to do that. So once you make an existing post, you cannot change it. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and really quick. Let's say that you do want to edit it. If you come to create ad, you'll see that it does reset. So you are able to come back, but you just aren't going to retain that social proof. So we're going to use existing post, and we'll hit publish. Okay. Sweet. So now we're going to go in. So this is going to be one of our image ads for cold traffic. This might actually work really well for retargeting, as it does kind of follow along with our 3 E's. But let's go ahead and create a video. So we're going to click on. Let me just show you if you accidentally backed out. So once again, remember, we are still in the Diamond HQ. These are going to be the two. So these 2 campaigns are the only ones that have active ads. Diamond HQ is the one where we store ads. So we're going to go back into Diamond HQ. Okay. Now videos. Let's hit create. Let's follow the naming convention. First, I need to remember which one I'm going to do. So I'm going to do the one with captions right here. So we'll ponder book bundle. It's a product name. Bracket.
Now, the thing that I'm not sure about is the fact that here he explains how, yeah, you can use this AI tool that does everything for you. But before, in the video, he was explaining, yeah, you should do your diagram and the stuff that I showed you. You should do a mind map like this. And I don't understand why I need to do that. Obviously, it's useful because I now understand way better my product, but I don't see why it's useful for Facebook ads. Like, what the fuck?
And then to describe this, I'm going to do... so I recorded that with my iPhone. So iPhone video with captions. Okay? And remember, the best part right here, just smash the keyboard. Give it a unique ID. Okay, we'll create this. Once again, make sure your Instagram accounts are selected. There we go. Preview on. And now let's upload this. So we'll come to add video. So click on add media. Let me make sure my cursor is highlighted. And we're going to upload this. There we go. Book with the captions. Open. All right. It might take a second to upload. I'll let this upload and be right back. Okay. The video is uploaded and we're good to go. So if you hit play here, you'll see video looks great. All right. So let's continue.